Yo, Chille, how's it going? Good. Ready to start? Yeah. Well, they can't hear you, they can hear me. Oh, I got it. Is that the games tester one? Yeah, I got that too. Should be interesting. All right, let's go live. Hello everyone, welcome to another show where I'm joined alongside Chille the friend with his Squiggles buddy, if that's what you've named your
Hello.
pet.
I haven't named it yet, I haven't been on, so.
What game is that from?
Monster Hunter.
Ah.
Yeah. I'm quite far in Wilds now, so I haven't finished it yet. Everyone's like, oh my god, it's the easiest. I'm like, I'm still getting my ass kicked. So it's my first Monster Hunter, so.
Do you remember Rurikan?
Yeah, I think I remember them on Twitter.
Yeah, he's like the...
And also...
Alex... Was it Alex? He used to be the Monster Hunter guide maker. He used to have a channel, but he left. He quit. I think it was Alex. It was.
Hey, Paul.
But since he's left, I need to get my light up. For some reason, it's really low.
Yeah, you're very dark. Like...
Yeah, but that's all fine. So what seems to be the problem? I don't... That should be better.
I know, Chaos is early.
That should be better, right?
That's a little bit better, yeah.
A little bit. What do you mean I'm early? I'm on time. But yeah, Rurikan's like really good at Monster Hunter guide videos. He's basically taken over what Alex used to have. And
nice.
He was asking today, I don't really know how to make the lance axe, whatever it's called, any simpler than I've already made it. And I just sat around to him and I go, mate, I can make that guide in less than 10 seconds. And it was like, how's that? I said, just put it back in the box and never use it again.
Well, I'm a hunting horn user, so...
I was like, just
That's what I'm using.
Put it back in the box and never use it again.
I'm enjoying the hunting horn. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a support weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, you and your support.
A friend was like, "You should play hunting horn," and I'm like, "Why?" Because, and I'm like, "Okay." So I picked it because of that. But that also means, as it's a supporting weapon, I've been struggling on my own against some of the bigger enemies. So,
how's it going, chat? Yes, I'm actually on time. That means every single one of you should gift me 5 subs each. It's not going to happen often, which is why this time it's totally worth doing.
I mean, it's not 5 gifted, but here is one.
No, not from you.
There you go, 12 months.
Nice. Now get to it, chat. Come on. I got to feed Oreo somehow. The cat's health depends on your support.
I've got to pay for my trip to London at the end of the month. Still.
Oh, what are you doing in London?
I'm going to a concert.
Oh, which one?
The Final Fantasy 16 and 14 crossover, Distant Worlds.
Oh, 5 gifted subs from Devin.
Oh, thank you, Devin. I know that pain. I know that pain, Brandon. He's only got £1 in his bank.
For Oreo. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, dude. It's an imaginary 1,000 memberships.
Well, you know, instead of 5 gifted subs, like the video.
Indeed.
There we go.
Ice Cold, Tarek, Chris, Wayne, welcome to the channel. To the membership. Brandon, I know that feeling, man. I know that feeling. Please, I was only joking, by the way. Please don't feel obligated to, like, forced to do it.
Please don't actually do it.
It was just a joke. I mean, Oreo over there doesn't think it's a joke, but he doesn't know none the wiser.
By the way, I know we're not a gacha channel, but can I bring up some news? I found out just before we went live.
Yeah.
You know my Dragon Ball game.
Yeah.
They've just had their anniversary, right? And okay, the game is 10 years old, right? It's a gacha game that's 10 years old, and it's just had its 10th anniversary. It made 64 million last month, which is crazy.
64 million.
Yeah, I know compared to like a lot of games from Hollowfied and all that is nothing. But like for 10-year-old gacha game, that's still quite crazy.
Gaming, where's the pirate? It's in the wash. My kids spilt drink over it yesterday, and it's in the wash. They were playing pirates at home, and well, it got a thing. But I'll start next stream with it. It'll be clean by then. Otherwise, I'd have sticky hair all over the place, and can't do that. But next stream, I will open the stream with the pirate attire.
Maybe that's what people want to see. Chaos.
No. Trust me. I already. My kid already. You know, like those 2-liter bottles.
Yeah.
I asked for a drink last night, and he shook it and said, "Here, Dad. Here you go." And I opened it, and I was soaked.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw Chaos's video on that, Paul. I can't wait. Yeah, I just watched that video about you talking about Call of Duty and Ridge Racer.
The 10K you sent me earlier, I see no 10K. I'm still waiting for that.
Yo.
So what have you been playing, Chille? Hey, Taz with the 5 gifted subs. Another 5. I think Tuesday stream I'm going to be in a pirate attire all day.
What I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter because it's my first Monster Hunter, so I've been trying getting into that. Apart from that, some Final Fantasy 14 and of course Dragon Quest. So yeah, that's been my week really. What about you?
Me, I've actually been playing all sorts, to be honest. I've been playing a lot of Wuthering Waves, which I'm really enjoying at the moment. Bits of Starfield. Haven't had much time for Avowed lately. I've been wanting to try and get back into 14, but not had the time. I'm just playing bits and bobs. I played a bit of Stalker 2. I'm kind of bouncing around at the moment. Most of the time I'm actually sleeping because work has been really chaotic. It was quite funny because 2-3 weeks ago, it was about 3 weeks ago, we got those, corporate emails, the ones that you see game studios saying, oh, we're having to restructure the company, which basically translates to we're laying people off. And then, was it Tuesday? We were all taken into an emergency meeting, and our tech director was like, our CTO was like, all right, so I need to read this script. And I was like, right, we're all unemployed. But no, it's actually worse. So they've announced how many people are going to be laid off in our company. And they said, right, you have to wait until Friday and check your inboxes. And if you get an email from us, you're out. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. So that's been my week.
Oh, sorry. Gaming's asked a couple of questions about Monster Hunter. Yeah, I'm enjoying Monster Hunter. I know a lot of people say online that it's the easiest Monster Hunter, and it might be, but that doesn't mean I'm still not dying to some of the monsters now that I've got a little bit later on. I haven't got to the high-end monsters yet either, so I'm excited to see what they're like. But I'm also very bad at actually reading what it says on screen. Like I've been playing it for 15 hours, and I only just realized I press L1 and square to circle through items at the bottom. So, but that's my big tip. Learn how to read, because I didn't read any of the. I just saw typical tutorials like in every other video game, and I'm like, oh yes, it's a tutorial. I don't need to read that. No, please do not do what I do and actually read what it says, because or look online, because yeah. But what do you mean by do you have to play it after first? This is my first one, so I haven't played any previous ones. There's no real story that connects them.
Oh no,
Think, really.
each Monster Hunter is different. Then none of them are connected, unless you're looking at the PSP ones, which basically were expansions more than like sequels. Like you had Monster Hunter Freedom, Freedom 2, Freedom Unite. They were basically expansions and adding extra monsters, and they were selling them as extra games, new versions of the games.
Those were like the wilds. They're like the hunt, the portable hunt ops, right, and stuff like that. It was called.
Yeah, and they added like new monsters and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, you don't need to play any previous Monster Hunter games. Though I think if you have PlayStation Plus, the previous game is still free. I think. So you could, if you don't want to make an investment, try that.
My cat's crying like crazy.
Oh.
Where is he? Where are you? Oreo? Oreo?
You pre-ordered Assassin's Creed Shadows? Nice. Yeah, okay. What gaming then? I jumped in with Wilds because I've got a couple of friends I want to play with. But I would suggest that maybe try the one on Game Pass, see if you enjoy it, because although the story is not connected, you'll get a rough idea of the gameplay. So you'll know if you'll enjoy the gameplay, and then use that as a way to invest if you want to invest actual money into Wilds. Think of the one on Game Pass as like a test.
Okay, they saved the cat. Save the kitten, save the cat. He just wanted to go. He's like surgically attached to my older son. You should see him. Like as soon as my son goes to bed, he runs up to the stairs, at the base of the stairs, and then starts wallowing at him. Then he doesn't get a response because he has to go to. My son has to go to bed. He'll run up the stairs.
It just misses your son.
And sits outside the door and starts wallowing at like 4 a.m. in the morning. I wake up, pick him up, put him on my son's bed, and go, there you go. You're together now. Go sleep. And then he just snuggles up to him and goes sleep. Oh, it's been a busy week this week, hasn't it? I am going to be Did you see, you lot were talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows. And what's his name? What's that idiot's name? The one that's worse than...
Oh, you're talking about Grums?
The one that's worse than Voldemort.
Grums.
Yeah, he got completely ratioed by...
Yeah.
That was so good.
That was so good.
It got completely obliterated. If no one saw it, basically they came out and were like, yeah, we don't really respond when it comes to the partnered tweets, but these ones, the media ones, but our personal account, yeah, we say what we like. You douchebag. I mean, they didn't say that, but I wish they did. Man, when you got Reforged calling you out as well, then you at that point, you know you kind of suck. Real bad.
What game is this, by the way, that it's on stream?
Perfect Dark.
Oh, nice. I've actually never seen any gameplay of it. Not gonna lie.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
Now, will it look like this when it's launched?
It's giving me like Mirror's Edge vibes, but with guns.
Man, I can't believe how Mirror's Edge 1 was so good and they monumentally screwed up Mirror's Edge 2.
Yeah, but that totally gave me Mirror's Edge vibes. I'm sorry, with the combat and the movement.
Hey, Byron. By the way,
Hey,
as
Byron.
my commitment to those of you that gifted 5 member subs, I'm going to double the time that you get on Tuesday. I'm going to double the time that you get. So if anyone else wants to get in on that and extend that duration for Tuesday's stream, that offer's on for today.
I hope you get a good. By the way, the guest was amazing. I need to watch the rest of it, but the guest was really good. I hope you just get. I hope you have a wonderful guest on again on Tuesday, and you have to wear the pirate outfit. And you just don't tell them.
Mate, I got
You
a lot
turn
of.
up as...
I got crucified for that.
Really?
I got murdered. But no, I actually had a lot of fun talking with Doc.
It seemed okay from what I heard.
Yeah.
Again, I've only listened to a little bit.
No, it was a good discussion. There was some. I think people just got the wrong end. Some people got the wrong end of the stick, and you know how it can be with those that are on one of the extreme ends. They were coming after me on X. It is how it is.
I mean that's the thing. That's you're talking about Twitter there though. Like, yeah, I'm not surprised. That's why I'm so happy that your community welcomes me so much. So thank you all.
Until you start saying silly things like "thank you for Halo" and "thank you for Forza Horizon," and then they want me to kick you off.
Well, I'm gonna shut up then because Halo maybe not, but I'm sorry, but I'm just happy to finally have a good arcade racer on PlayStation.
Hey, Ridge Racer's coming.
Yeah, well, one that's already announced.
Okay.
Like I know there's a potential of a Ridge Racer, but it's the potential in the future maybe. I know this one is real. So
if you squint hard enough, Atomfall is a racing game.
That's true. We did indeed have crew.
Yeah, no one cares about the crew, though.
Hey, no, I like the crew.
Just accept that no one cares about the crew, and we can move on.
I just said I liked it.
You don't have to like it, though. Pony propaganda? What are you talking about?
Leaf says that Fantasy Remake is a racing game with motorbike sections.
There you go, see?
But no, I want more arcade-based racing games. Like, I don't mind simulator games, like Gran Turismo, but I miss Burnout. I missed Wipeout. I missed, like, stuff like that.
Yo, which tweet? Which tweet did you see? Hey, evening, Steve. But yeah, I miss those old arcade games and those old, the kind of Streets of Ragey style games and stuff like that. You know, the ones that you could just jump in and jump out. I think games are just way too long these days.
Yeah. I don't mind long games as well, though, but we need a balance. There needs to be a balance.
I think 9,988 of those times were probably deliberate. I'll give him 12 times for an accident.
See, JB, I think is a good idea, but that's just me. But Sony's not the only one that did this, right? Because Microsoft's done it in the past, haven't they?
Yeah, but Microsoft is different. Microsoft is different. See, Microsoft, when you rent the console, you're basically paying it off. But if you don't want to pay it off fully, if the next generation comes out by the time you finish paying it off, because I think it's like a 3-year deal, you can transfer it to the next one. But once you've fully paid it off, you get to keep the console for yourself. With Sony, it's an indefinite rent. You can basically pay the full price of the console and you still won't get it.
Yeah, that sucks.
For the players, right?
Yeah. Oh. I do like it in theory, though. But I prefer Microsoft's way.
I mean, everything
Also,
is moving that way, right? No ownership.
Yeah. This is looks like Juno from Overwatch, too. I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
Oh, sweet.
I just need to update this video because I haven't updated it since like the start of the year.
I'm just happy that I know my Overwatch enough that I remembered that the fact that this is Juno. Gummy. Does that count in the 70 million consoles? Well, remember that's shipped. So yeah, of course it does. Because even consoles that are put aside for repairs would be counted in at 70 million. Right?
Yeah. So this is how they're gonna plan. This is their master plan to increase how many more they've shipped out and actually get fake MAUs. Oh man, good on man. Sony never ceases to amaze. Trying every trick in the book.
When I was in town earlier, I saw a cool refurbished original Xbox One, which was with a Batman like design. It was cool. I felt like that was cool. And then I saw the prices of the PS4, and I'm like, why are they so expensive still? They had the PS4 Slim for 150 quid in CEX.
Because they're still selling.
I'm like, oh, should we say the PS4? Okay. But if you were going to buy a PS4 there, please don't buy the Slim. The Slim was £140, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Pro was 145.
Huh?
Yeah. So yeah, the Pro was 145, the Slim was 140. So if you were going in there and buying it, please just pay the extra £5 and buy the Pro.
Did everyone get their 1790 XT graphics cards today that were supposed to be readily available in mass supply that no one can find?
It looks like they've still got some. My mate sent me a direct message saying they still had some at scan a few hours ago.
I checked earlier today and there was nothing for overclockers.
Well, that's because overclockers kept crashing. Scan UK had them for slightly over MSRP, but they had them.
Yeah, I'm talking about MSRP.
Yeah. But from what I could tell, the price wasn't that much more. He said that Amazon had them as well.
I mean, I've got no interest in buying one. I was actually looking at Gaming Nexus's video today. And honestly, the 5070 Ti, the 9070 XT is pretty much in the same league as my graphics card right now, the 3090 Ti. They're better, but it's so marginal. I think it's like maybe 5% better frames. It's not worth the investment. Like the 3090 Ti is still holding. Hey,
yeah,
Rabbi.
Amazon has them for 750.
Long time no see. Welcome back.
Yeah, Amazon have the XT Elite for 750.
I'm good, Rabbi. How are you? But yeah, so I just didn't see the point. Like the mid gens are barely keeping up with the top end cards from 4 years ago. I mean, the 40 and the 50 are in a league of their own, but these mid gen cards that are supposed to, be for the mid to top gamers, performance-wise, I was disappointed. Honestly, I thought they'd be better than what I had. Like at least a step up that would make me consider it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, all of this will be better than what I've like. I currently have a 2070 laptop, so anything PC, any of these would be an upgrade for me. So
I had Chinese yesterday, Paul, for the first time in God knows how long. My son passed his
I
exams.
miss Chinese food.
So
I haven't had it in years.
My son is on a diet, right? And I go, right, since you're on a diet, what I will do is I will order Chinese, I'll order your favorite dish, and I will eat it for you in your honor. And it was like,
you know what? Chaos, next time, have one for me, okay?
I will do.
Because I don't, I think I've told you, Paul, I'm allergic to legumes.
Yeah,
so
you did.
Peas, chickpeas, and all that lot. Now, I used to be okay with soy sauce and stuff like that, but I found as I've got older, I've actually get worse. So now I don't even eat Chinese because of the fried rice and stuff like that. So, because that's the only thing I liked anyway, to be honest. Sweet and sour chicken with fried rice. That was my order.
Yeah, no, I had a shredded chili beef. It was good. Chili. It was good.
Ooh.
Rabbi, I'm good, thank you. I'm good. And how are you? I am good. No, that's... Look, you're very close to that 25 members, so if you want Dustborn, don't want Dustborn. No one should want Dustborn. There's just no reason to want Dustborn. But yes,
what's wrong with Dustborn?
Everything. Main superpower, bullying. The whole game is a political statement. I mean, it was funded by multiple countries where they thought it was actually a good idea to invest millions of taxpayers' money to build that game. And then it didn't return any dividends and no one played it.
I didn't know we were talking about Skull and Bones.
I know, at least that one.
Said millions.
Yeah, I didn't say billions.
Because they got funded from the government, right? That one, I can't remember which government it was, but
what did Skull and Bones get anything? I know Dustborn did. I didn't know Skull and Bones did.
Yeah, Skull and Bones. Yeah.
Ah, interesting. Nacon? What about Nacon?
Yeah, Singapore government. Yeah, Woodpit's right. Singapore government invested into Skull and Bones.
Yeah, they got scammed. They got scammed hard. Oh. So
yeah, Susano's talked about Monster Hunter. Yeah, I'm hoping to get to the end game eventually soon. So, well, no, then I can start playing with friends with crossplay. So I'm excited.
Yeah, but I wonder if the end game is the same as. So the biggest problem that I've had with Monster Hunter is that I've enjoyed the story up until the end. But the end game where you start going to the higher ranks, the monsters aren't that much more difficult. But it's the actual gem grind that becomes the most annoying part of the experience. If it's still the gem grind, I'm instantly out. I did that once and I'm never doing it again. It is just such a horrible system. It is like. I
already started to get gems, so.
Yeah, but you need a lot of gems and you need specific gems, and then you'll go and fight the same monster over and over again. And maybe you can 10 times and you'll get 3 gems from the high ranked ones because you want the higher tier ones. It's just a really bad system that doesn't really work. But the whole emphasis of it is just to keep you going back for more and more.
Grinding in games is now. See, that's the thing. Back, I like that. That's one of the things I enjoy in games. I like grindy games. That's my type of game.
What is the channel on Nacon? Are they
That's the
doing? Are
company
they?
run. Eight
Yeah.
on.
Are they doing a live stream now? I guess I'll react to it later. I don't mind a good grind, bags, but a bad grind is definitely not a good thing. You know, a natural grind where you're doing multiple things at once feels good. But a bad grind is a bad grind. So, I had a list of stuff I wanted to talk about today in terms of topics. Let's start off with the big one. No, the big one isn't the next Xbox. It's the Sony layoffs because we've got Mr. Sony here, the CEO of SIE, in chat with us today. So,
Good evening.
what have you got to say for yourself?
Money. We like money.
Why is that like a perfect response from Sony? But no, it's they've just randomly started laying off a bunch of people. Do you think it's related to Concord and the live service stuff, or is this something else entirely, or is this just Sony saying, "No, we need to cut costs. Off you go."
I think it's just cutting costs. Not gonna lie. Like we're getting to the end of the year, right? Financially, so there's probably something to do with that.
But they've been laying off quite a few people, pretty much monthly now.
Yeah.
It's bad. I mean, I know it's happening all across the industry.
I think they hope. My guess is they're hoping that rather than dropping them all at once, it's dropping over time that people won't notice as much. Maybe.
What happened in Discord? What's going on? Okay, nothing. I thought I did something stupid. Wouldn't be the first time. Absolutely wouldn't be the last time. But yeah, it's a shame that those studios got shut down. But I also think Sony's knee-jerk
Do we even
reaction.
know how many people got rid of?
No, but it was a bunch of people from the support studio in the UK, and a whole Malaysian department got shut down too.
You know, with the support studio, that's just kind of typical. Like it sucks, but as you know from support studios, kind of it happens.
Yeah, but they're building all these games. You need the support, right?
What games?
All those great games that are coming.
Well, sure. Like Spider-Man and Wolverine and is there a new Gran Turismo on the way? I feel like there's been a while since the last Gran Turismo.
No, the one that's there right now is still going to continue because it's a live service. Yeah, Gears definitely. Well, it's pretty much confirmed now that there will be no multiplayer on either, and I think that kind of makes a little bit of sense. Being no multiplayer, there's going to be co-op for Gears of War Collection, even though Steve still doesn't believe that it exists. And I saw a bunch of people on Twitter today denying that it's ever going to appear on PlayStation. It is. But it kind of makes sense not to have the multiplayer in the Gears of War collection and just make it story-based. Because if they are putting E-Day on PlayStation as well, day and date, then they want everyone to be playing that multiplayer, and that will probably be crossplay. So it makes sense to kind of tunnel everyone into one version of the game.
And also,
my
one good thing about doing the collection as well, by as you said, by having the multiplayer, one benefit of doing the collection on both PlayStation and Xbox, especially if E-Day is coming to PlayStation, is the fact that then they can then reuse some of the new old maps in the new game to make the multiplayer even bigger than it is. Because they've remastered all the maps, so all the maps are up to date. So therefore, they can use some of the Gears 1 to 3 maps in E-Day.
In E-Day,
to boost the multiplayer.
But I think
by having it on yeah.
No, go on.
Karen.
No.
I was gonna say by having it on PlayStation, it's already made there. Then.
Yeah. So and having all the players under one roof, under one multiplayer base, just makes a lot more sense.
I need to resubscribe to Disney Plus so I can watch that, Gortzy. I'm excited for Daredevil. Not gonna lie.
Oh, it's on Disney Plus, yeah?
Yeah.
I still haven't watched it. I ended up watching all of The Boys. That was... Season 4 wasn't good. It was literally woke versus anti-woke. And they were mocking the whole thing. I'm watching Reacher, which I'm enjoying. And once I finish
I'll be honest,
those...
I've done a rewatch of Smallville recently.
Smallville? That was good, though.
Yeah. It's all the seasons are on Channel 4. So...
Andor was amazing. And they're doing it in Season 2, right? It's almost ready.
Nice. And Season 2 of... I hate to say the word Season 2 because it's how many seasons it's had. Season 2 of Doctor Who should start soon as well. Which is also on Disney Plus, which is so weird.
Hey, did anyone see the Powerpuff Girls live action CW trailer?
I wish I hadn't.
I know, me as well. It's so bad. It is so bad.
Like, if you told me that was made by YouTubers for a YouTube Red back in the day, I would accept that as a fun. We had $100 budget video, but what even no. None of that, no.
It was so bad. I don't think I've seen anything that bad in a while.
I'll be honest, the teenage versions of the Powerpuff Girls kind of reminded me of the Spice Girls. Anyone else thought they looked a bit like them?
No.
Like, Bubbles looked like Baby Spice.
No.
Drug addict friend.
I knew your ponies would find some way of actually making it look better than it was.
I mean, we're good at that.
Tell us. I don't think you're going to get multiplayer anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going to be on Xbox multiplayer or Talos. There's no multiplayer being made for Gears.
Why isn't that showing?
Wait till you see the second. Like, nothing could be worse than this, Paul.
Fortnite is a much better game than... Oh, snap! I'll leave that there because reasons.
I mean, does Gears of War have Goku? No, it doesn't. So therefore...
Devin Brooking took $2 through Super Chat. Fortnite is a much better game than Gears of War.
You know what? Not gonna lie, I enjoyed old Fortnite, so I can't say much. And I've probably played more Fortnite than I have Gears of War.
I know a bunch of you enjoyed the new RoboCop game. It's been on sale for like as low as $5. I missed out on every single one of them. I feel dirty about it.
Yeah.
But they're releasing a DLC and it's coming out this summer. And this is the reveal trailer. It's called Unfinished Business. It's probably not. I have no idea. Gonna have maybe spoilers in it, but I've not seen it, so let's go. Let's check it out. It's got a car.
And their weapons. So many good officers.
It's got a robot, dude.
We're the cops. All the bad ones.
It's got OCP in there. I wonder what game this could be.
What do you want us to be? Judges? Executioners?
Man, what does this game think it is? Doom.
What do you think, Murphy?
Why is he so handsome?
Wait, it's a prequel? You're playing the
Okay.
original. Oh shit! This is where he's gonna get his hands blown off and stuff.
Surrender, or there will be trouble.
Too loud?
You're going to.
No, it's a DLC bag. Oh my god, it's that robot thing from the movie.
Trouble then.
It's kind of cool.
You know what? I wish I'd picked it up now.
It's gonna be cheap everywhere. Still,
It's
if
supposedly
you-
a standalone.
is it?
Vink said it's standalone.
Either way, it comes out this summer, so you don't even have to wait long. The entire stream is low? It can't be. My voice is in yellow.
Perhaps have you tried turning it up on your side?
I don't know. It's like I can't put it up any higher.
I meant on there, like that. Maybe they have the YouTube down. Okay, it's 50 quid right now for Rogue City. Maybe not. Maybe I'll wait. Yeah, it's separate. I don't know if it's a DLC.
I am. Don't you say such horrible things, Paul. I think you need a better TV, Susanna. I mean, I'm peaking on red, which is not good because you get distorted audio that way. Chille's in the yellow,
Hello.
slightly below me, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
And there's a bit of music running in the background just for some ambience. Or, as I say, ambiance. Sorry.
Paul says Chaos is in love with Dreamcast.
No,
guy.
no. He needs to go do one. The video was super loud. I had it on basically 2%. I'm either too loud or not loud enough. What did you want it on?
Chaos X Dreamcast guy collab when? That's the day when I have to say I'm sorry, but I can't be on the show anymore.
Yeah, he only wants to be on the show when I'm with Grums.
Ugh. Man, you know what? Man, I sure do like that idea. 1 second, let me just respond out to that.
But hey, he'll be back, I'm sure. Maybe. Possibly. One day. Lots of games coming to Xbox though, right? Tony Hawk's is available right now, the 3 and 4 cross-gen. Doom the Dark Ages, Claire, Obscure, South of Midnight. Also, for those of you that want to get South of Midnight early, you can do that for $10. It's not going to cost you $20. It's not going to cost you $18. It ain't even going to cost you $15. You can get it for $10. Going once, going twice, sold. Immortals 33 is a good game. Everyone keeps going on about Enter the Gungeon. I don't know why people want Enter the Gungeon. I don't know anything about that game. But Atomfall is good. So a bunch of cool games coming to Xbox. I'm not shouting. I'm being dramatic.
But yeah, I'm excited for Doom. Doom looks good.
What's the game repo for PC?
What was the game? What?
Repo. R-E-P-O.
Never heard of it.
Neither have I. Just saw my son starting to play it. I can spy on
By the
him.
way, did you see the Tony Hawk's Collector Edition? I don't think I've actually seen what it looks like, but I wish I kind of want it.
It's the Doomslayer and variant, right?
No. The physical Collector Edition.
Oh, the physical? No.
I saw. I don't think I've actually seen. Yeah. Oh yeah. What? Man. Wish I had the money for it. I think it's sold out. It's £120.
That's
Right?
actually quite cheap for a.
Comes with a limited edition skate, like the board that Tony Hawk's had. 120, sorry. Comes with the the board that he uses in real life, like a redesign of it.
This one.
Yeah,
With his signature.
yeah. 120 quid.
Can you skateboard?
No, I can't. But I'd have it on. I would buy that just to have on the wall. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's a really cool. Like, I don't know. I think that's cool.
And Xbox can do with that. Baby steps. No one wants baby steps.
I'm gonna buy it day one to spite you.
Garlic. This ain't gonna skip Xbox. They own it. It would be.
I was gonna say it'd be very weird if Tony Hawk skipped Xbox and went to PlayStation, even though Activision makes it.
That would be a funny turn of events if they actually.
Tony Pro Skater 3 and 4 only available on.
Can
Switch
you imagine?
2, PC, PlayStation.
Can you imagine?
What about Skate as well? We haven't had anything about that. I don't want to talk too much in case I get in trouble, but it'd be interesting to see if that's still coming out.
Which one?
Skate.
Nah. It'll appear at some point. Just.
I might have enjoyed it from what I may have played, or may have not played. I claim we're returning and remaking old IPs from. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if there's any acclaimed games that I remember enjoying, to be honest.
It wasn't Mortal Kombat once upon a time acclaim?
I think so, but they wouldn't be able to do that.
No. It's all good, Garlic.
I don't remember any acclaimed games I actually enjoyed. I hate to be mean.
I don't remember the games they made.
I googled it, and some of the games I'd never even heard of, like they're games like Nine Dragons and Prize Potato. I don't even remember what that is.
I mean, you live in England. How can you not know what a potato is?
Yeah, but I'd never heard of the game Prize Potato.
You know, there's rumors of a Back to the Future game in development, tell us. A proper one.
Oh,
So
that'd be
who
cool.
knows? Who knows where that's actually going? Because I asked
Yeah, but
the director of the movies, are you going to make another movie? And he said, F no. But I do know that there's a game in development. He probably wasn't supposed to say that. But he came out with it, so who knows?
Midway, man. So, but yeah, they can't do Mortal Kombat though, Paul, because they don't have the license in anymore.
No.
Oh, Bubble. I enjoyed that, actually. That was a good game back. Buster Move, sorry. That was a good game back in the day. I enjoyed that.
Devin, I turned it down because I didn't want to get demonetized. You get demonetized for everything nowadays, so I turned it down because of that. I still can't believe this though. This is crazy. And you don't get
I'm not shocked.
and you don't get to own it either.
Yeah, that sucks. Like, I understand, depending on the contract length, not owning it. By the way, the £51.49, is that the VR plus the console? Because otherwise that's a rip-off.
I don't know.
Because I 51... the VR is definitely not as much expensive as the Pro.
Oh, you actually don't I see. That was deceptive of them. So the $10.99 is for 36 months. It's a contract.
Yeah, you have to have a 36-month contract.
Whereas the flexible one, which is cancel anytime, almost £24 for the console. A month. Oh God. And I'm seeing them cheering for this.
I mean, I don't think it's the worst idea.
Look, they should at least let you own the machine, right?
Yeah, they should let you own... No, okay. Not on flexible. I feel like the flexible stuff is...
You shouldn't be pro-company. You should be pro-consumer, Chille. Just take that Sony hat off for 5 seconds and be pro-consumer instead of pro-Sony for a second.
You can't own it if you pay for 1 month.
Maybe you can stack.
As I said, like, let's just say you've that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand that if you buy the 36-month contract, you should own it at the end of the thing. But if you do the flexible contract, then some of the money that you spent on the contract should go out of the purchase of the... Like, let's just say... Let's go up to the flexible again, sorry. Let's just say you've got the flexible
lot of money.
You've got the PS5 standard. And let's just say you have the flexible for 4 months. That 4 months that you spent should go out of the total cost of the machine. The machine, say the machine is £400, £23 times 4, that gets removed out of the cost of buying it.
Yeah,
that's how it should work.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm just saying the fact that you can't just say you paid for £23, you get the console after
No,
that.
that's not what I'm saying.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
I'm saying that the money should, the investment you put down, whether it's £23 or the 36 month, should go towards the purchase price of the actual console.
Yeah, I agree. It should go towards... As I said, though, 36 months, I think by the time you pay that off, you should just get the console.
I mean, after 36 months, the digital one, you pay £395 versus the $389 retail price. You're paying more than retail.
Yeah. But that's not the... Okay, £6 is not the worst. Though.
It shouldn't be more than retail. Stop defending Sony for this.
People purchase stuff like that on payment plans, and if you purchase that on payment plans, you'd be paying more than £6.
Why are you defending a corporation that doesn't need the money, according to you, ponies?
Because that's why you have me here.
Yeah, but Susanna, you don't own anything with this. You give it back after your 36 months and you lose access to it.
But yeah, as I said, if you pay this on financing, which a lot of people do, you understand that a lot of people purchase stuff like this on financing, right? If you got this on financing, there's a huge chance you at 380 your minimum paying of 450 with you're paying monthly with most big companies.
Do you think this is coming to place because of the tariffs that Trump has introduced?
Probably.
Because that's the only reason I think I can actually fathom why this exists.
No, I feel like this is too fast of a reaction for it to be that.
Rabbi, I'm not going to be doing a reaction to the Nacon on this stream.
Yeah. No, they have not. Bag.
No, Trump did not remove the tariffs. He delayed it, but now he's turned around and said that there's like a 20 to 25% tax tariff, depending on the country that you're in on the goods. And consoles, I think, are getting a 25% tariff. So I'm guessing this is Sony's way of trying to combat that. But let people own the console. Look, even if they did it with this one, with the flexible one, because, you have it for a month, you don't have it for another. It's like a one-time thing. The flexible one I get, right? But this one, you should own the console. You're paying more than the console price. You should own the console. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Hey, if anyone wants to rent a Portal, you can do that now for $13.99 and test it out.
You know what? I might do that, actually. Not going to lie.
Of course you will. Of course you will, Chad.
I don't need a Portal all the time. I rarely will use it. If I can rent it for a month for when I go, if I go away for a few weeks, I can rent it for a month, use it while I'm away, and then give it back.
Or you could just buy it and enjoy it.
Fine, I can use it while I'm pooping.
Yeah, there you go. Think of all that extra farming you could do that you're not doing in Final Fantasy 14.
But you also got to remember that your best luck when pulling on gacha games is while you're on the toilet.
I don't believe that for a second. I've seen those stories and none of them come true.
Well, they've worked for me. I literally, last month, I bought the 5 ticket pack, and I had 5 characters, and one of them was the featured unit. So,
this is way too much information.
Toilet luck. You're right, Rabbi. Friday is tomorrow.
I'll have a look at it, and if there's anything on there that's worthwhile, then I'll make a video for it for tomorrow. Yeah. News has been dry anyway.
But no, I haven't. I personally have no issue with this.
I do, because you don't own it. You should own it.
I agree. I wish you could, but
not could. You should. You guys should be pushing back against Sony. Just like you should be pushing back against this news. You should be saying, "Oi,
I'm
Druckerman,
the worst person
no,
to do that.
Do not make a Last of Us 3. You need to finish the goddamn story." That's what you guys should be saying. But instead, you guys are just sitting there and watching games getting cancelled after cancelled, and you're not pushing back. Why?
I mean, I'm literally the worst person to have here for that because I didn't like Last of Us 1 or 2. So,
Bags, I'll have you know that I own the games I like. I own Starfield Collector's Edition, mind you. I own Indiana Jones Collector's Edition, and I own a bunch of other games. I enjoyed Alan Wake a lot, so I own it. It's never going to come out of the shrink wrapping, but I own it, even though I've got it on PC as well. And I've got a bunch of other games. If I enjoy the games, be it on Game Pass or not, I buy them. If they've got a physical version, I'll buy them. I refuse to buy it digitally, though. Why would I do that, Bags? It's never going to come out of its shrink wrapping. I've got it on PC. That game is never, ever coming out of its shrink wrapping. Like, ever. I bought it twice. it's not gonna. Neither the PS5 Pro or the Series X is gonna run it better than my PC. And I can tell you, it ran really good on my PC. But no, this news was really shocking to me because I know a lot of people have their reservations with The Last of Us, but I really like this series. It is one of my, if not the franchise that I like the most on PlayStation. And I'm really disappointed that it's not getting a third game, even though Druckerman has a concept for it now, and he said this third chapter would conclude the story. So it looks like we're never going to actually get the true ending to The Last of Us, because the second game pretty much ended on a cliffhanger. So, Chille, what you need to do is gather your pony buddies, take the stables, plant it in front of Naughty Dog Studio.
I'm probably the worst person to say that because I don't like Last of Us 1 and 2. So,
but that's why this is even more that's why this is even more important, because if you're making a stand and you don't like it, then those people that do like it will have no reason not to make a stand. And they will rally with you to make sure that Druckerman changes his mind and gets rid of that intergalactic crap and makes The Last of Us free.
I mean, I like the look of the intergalactic, so...
No one likes the look of intergalactic.
I do, it looks quite good.
Look, you're lying to yourself. You shouldn't.
Gives me like retro 80s sci-fi vibes.
You know it's not going to be like that.
No, it's not going to. But I like it. As I said, as it is, I like it. What it's going to be like, I don't know. But the trailer I liked.
Intergalactic.
Gave me Guardians of the Galaxy vibe.
Yeah, you know it's not going to be like that either, because Concord tried that and you saw where that went.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
See, no matter which path you go down. No matter which path you come down, they all converge in one direction. And that is The Last of Us 3.
Or Jack and Daxter.
Which could appear as a cameo in The Last of Us 3. See? Rather have Days Gone 2, which can appear as a minigame in The Last of Us 3. Tinu had a really good story. The concept of number 1 was really good. I enjoyed the concept of number 2. It got a lot of hate because of Joel dying. But I think it deserved the third one to finish the story. I really don't like it when they don't finish the story. At least finish the story. I don't even care if they release a 5-hour game. Just finish the story. Because it didn't finish. Because
Last of Us 2 Complete Edition with the actual ending.
I don't care. I would be happy with that. Finish the story. Don't leave it hanging. No
Talking
one.
About that, do you remember? I think it was. Did you ever play Final Fantasy 13 too?
I did. One of the most soul-destroying endings.
Do you remember the fact that when you beat the game, it said, "Please buy the DLC for the ending"?
I don't.
Yeah.
It didn't say that on Xbox.
No, on PlayStation, it didn't have the ending originally, so you have to buy it. So you have to buy it later.
No way!
Yeah.
Can anyone actually in chat confirm this?
You completed it and it's like, please buy the DLC.
Oh man, that is bad. 13.2 had one of the most soul destroying endings. Right? It can't have been 13-2. What was the ending for you in 13-2?
I can't remember. It was something like.
I mean, it had like 5
It was
different
something
endings.
weird. I'm gonna have to Google it because I do remember one of them be like. Yeah, you had to buy the DLC to get the true ending.
No way.
Yeah, like there was an ending, yeah, but then they're like, oh, if you want the real ending, that's in the DLC.
So what was the real ending from the DLC?
It's been a while. Canon endings. Like, yeah.
How many seasons does the Chille TV show have? The next 2 seasons, 2 and 3, will be basically the second game. And who knows?
Yeah,
maybe,
but you. Sorry.
I was gonna say, who knows? Maybe the 4th season will actually be where they tell the final story. Because it's supposed to be with who's that guy? The one that was with Joel in the first game, his buddy. I think it was his brother. And he was the one that basically forced Ellie to go back after she decided not to in the end. I can't remember his name. I want to say Barry, but it's probably not Barry. But it's supposed to be centered around him. Whereas Ellie and co would take a back seat. Devin, I've played 13 on Xbox. I completed it. Yeah, Biggest Garlic, you did. I got all the endings, but I want to know what was the canon ending, the true DLC ending on PlayStation. I want to see if they got ripped off. Or if they actually got something different. Yeah, Pedro is good. I think we lost Chille.
No, I'm still here. Hi. No, I've been trying to research it. Sorry. Yeah, it just pops up with that. Put in Discord.
Let me see.
Just says to be continued.
Oh, that's probably leading up to Final Fantasy 13, though, right? 13.3.
Yeah, 13.3. But the actual ending, you had to buy the DLC pack to get to it.
That is bad. On Xbox, they just gave it to you as part of the game.
Well, yeah, because it came out later as the complete edition, right?
On what, Xbox
the
or PlayStation?
On Xbox.
No, Xbox got it first. That was one of the first times Final Fantasy 13 came. Yeah, because Microsoft had a contract with them. That's why there's no remake for it or remaster. Microsoft still holds the contractual rights to it, and they're not letting go. Otherwise, you'd have a 13 remake by now or a remaster released.
Please do that.
But Microsoft is preventing it from happening. Good old Microsoft, right?
Yeah. I still have the Japanese demo for 13. No. Oh yeah. PlayStation 3 and Xbox came out at the same time. You're right. Yeah, I remember it frustrated a lot of people because it was like to be continued, and then they announced DLC, which had the ending.
Let's see if I can find it. What was the DLC ending to FF13 on PS3, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's someone here with a YouTube video talking about it. So I'm not the only one that remembered it. I think I'm one of the only people that actually remembers it, but yeah, it was a thing.
Unless you're
Because I remember it first coming. What's that? Sorry,
Colosseum ending, the Colosseum DLC.
maybe. Because I do remember it just showing like the cocoon, and then it's saying to be continued. Like I remember that, and I remember the outrage back then as well because everyone got really frustrated because there was no actual ending. I think they eventually patched it in because so many people complained, but like I do remember.
Yeah, I can't find anything on it. But yeah, put it this way: the canon ending, the best ending, ended in a bad way. Like the best ending was bad. it was bad, but it sets up the third game. So this one is cool, seeing as Chille isn't going to go and protest for The Last of Us Part 3, which I still think should actually be, you should actually do that. We do need people that, aren't on board with the game to go and start protesting, so it shows them that there's a demand for it. But Starfield, it's going to get a meaty update at some point this year. So, for those of you that have been looking out for this and wondering what they've been doing, they've been quiet, like I've been saying. If they've stopped talking, it means they're working on a big update, and that is pretty much what they're doing. I don't know if there should obviously, hopefully, be another DLC by the end of the year in September. So I'm suspecting that this one is going to be the last meaty update before we get the DLC in September, but should be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you can keep Starfield. I don't want it, but you can have it.
Well, we also don't want to give it.
Well, you can keep it. It's fine.
But Philly boy, he has other plans.
Yep, he sure does.
Starfield Online would be absolutely insane, Rockstar.
Yeah, I would be excited for Starfield if it had co-op. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, you and me could definitely go out there and I could shoot you at the back every time and say, "Oh, sorry, I thought I saw a pony."
And you know what? I'd still enjoy it because I enjoy co-op games. So
there you
can
go.
do that. You add co-op to your game, you're instantly better for me. I don't know, I prefer it.
Co-pilot said it's an alternate ending with.
Anyone like?
And
Yeah,
explains
it tied into Lightning Returns eventually, but the original one didn't have that when it originally released.
That would be really cool, Byron. I just don't. I wonder how it would actually work with all the zoning.
How
It would-
what?
Well, there's a lot of zoning in thing with so the way Starfield is designed, when you go each building and cave or stuff like that is basically built on seeds. So you've got stuff in the city which are predefined, whereas when you go out into the open world and start entering caves or encampments and stuff like that that have areas for you to zone, they are randomized. So that's going to be an absolute nightmare for them to think. And the way they've designed it is, it looks like the tiniest cave known to mankind, but when you go into it, it basically rebuilds that whole thing for you through the selection of seeds that it has for the area, and gives you a version of it, which is why you'll occasionally see the same caves and the same stuff and whatnot. But
That's gonna be a pain as well. That's a pain as well because sometimes you've got to make sure there's some predetermined stuff. Otherwise, you might have a cave that's a dead end to nothing. So yeah, there is some.
yeah, exactly. Whereas you'll see it as you can continue the mission. I'm like, hey, Chille, where are you going? Stop walking through the walls, you wall hacker. I'm going to report you.
I mean, the only way they could work it is if you're connected, like the co-op person's connecting to your system, kind of. Your game loads the seed, and then the seed is shared online to the other console. I guess, could that work?
Yeah, for a session that could work. Man, Alex is getting completely obliterated online, isn't he?
Why? I'm confused.
Oh no, it's Alex.
I don't think I follow them, so.
Yeah, he's an interesting one. He just does things for the fun of it, and his whole motto is, as long as my community is entertained, I'm happy. Which is a great motto to have, right? You know, he doesn't care that people take the piss out of him or mock him in his chat. And believe me, they really go after him. Way more than these guys go after me. They really, really abuse him. But lately...
Because we love you, Chaos.
That's what has me worried, because the fact that everyone's being nice. Generally, that means there's an ulterior motive. When they're being horrible, that's when you know that they're acting out of pure self-interest.
Yeah.
But Erica's been really gunning him down lately, hasn't she? That's been interesting to follow. Starfield Online would have players for a decade or more. I mean, at the moment, Starfield for me is like the forever game, especially with the mods that they've got in place. It's insane. The longevity and the replayability of Starfield is through the roof. Like, there's no denying it. Once you get past the first 4 or 5 hours, which are pretty much all just tutorials, that's when the game really opens up and becomes, hey, you can go and do what you like. And you can just go and do really what you like, explore what you want, making money, building your ships and whatnot. You know, it's a really good game. And the mods just make it better. You've got extra missions, you've got ways of changing what you have, and they don't affect your achievements either, a lot of them, which is great. You know, I was going to say something gaming, but, you know, that would totally get me clipped, and I'm not saying it. Of course, Bags. So I wanted to talk about the next Xbox, Chille.
You know what? Let's do it.
I know you are one day planning on getting the mythical PS5 Pro, which now looks like the pisser in there potentially is actually going to get abandoned, believe it or not.
Yeah, probably going to be abandoned for FSR
4,
right?
Yep. So anyone that's actually bought a PS5 Pro trying to train up that good old beta testing is probably going to find out that they've wasted their money. And, well, as unfortunate as that is, FSR 4 right now is crapping all over Pisser. And there's actually rumors right now, well, not rumors, AMD themselves have said that FSR 4 could retroactively work on with FSR 3. Which means that if they can get it working and outputting at a good enough rate, FSR 4 could actually be better on the current gen consoles than the pisser that they've invested all that money in. I mean, good on them for trying something new, but
I'll be honest,
that's got to
they
stink.
both use AMD, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if... I know stroking on a pony here saying this, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of the advancements that Sony made with the Pisser helped with AMD's, FSR4. Not much, because it sucks, but yeah.
Honestly, Susano, what you see with me is what you get. There's no fake persona here. There's no nothing. I am pretty much how you would expect me to be in real life.
And spoilers, same.
I don't change. I don't put on an act on these shows. I don't put on anything, And maybe that's something that some people like, some people don't. But honestly, what you see here or what you see me in Discord is pretty much me in a nutshell.
I think I'm a little bit more me online than I am in person.
Yeah, you're a bit more shy. Even when you're on camera, you're a bit more reserved. I could say not shy, but reserved.
Yeah, whereas when I'm more me online than I am in person, but I'm still it's still me.
Yeah, especially when you got that poop hat on.
Yeah. Forever.
That will forever go down.
You do know what it represents, right? I've told you before, I think.
No.
Okay. There was a community called She Heals I Tank, which what does She Heals I Tank? What's the anagram for She Heals I Tank?
You're dead.
What's the anagram for She Heals I Tank? What shit? SHIT. Anyway,
okay.
I got press tickets to NA FanFest, but I didn't have the money to go to FanFest that year. So they wanted me to be there so much that the She Heals I Tank community decided to put money aside to pay towards my flight to America.
I remember that. That was amazing.
So their logo is a poop hat. So I took a picture with the poop hat as part of their community thing as a thank you. They expected me just to wear it for the picture, but no, I wore it for the entire event. So ever since then, I wear the hat as a representation of the things that people have done for me in the past. So that's why I wear the poop hat. As a thank you to everything that the community has done for me.
You see that, chat? His community went and actually paid for his flight from the UK to the US. And, treated him out there. And all I'm asking you guys for is a 4090. And you snubbed me.
Hey, look. You know what? You can't say... by the way, I can't... You know how much I got the flight for, by the way?
Look, they don't need to know that information. Hey, they don't need to know that information. It was way... all they need to know is way more expensive than the 4090. That's all they need to know.
No.
No. That's all they need to know. Garlic says, so will backwards compatible games on Xbox actually look better than the PS5 Pro enhancements that ponies are bragging about? What exactly? I mean, do you mean like Xbox 360 games and whatnot games?
By the way, I love your name. I'm just going to add that. Sorry. I like the name The Biggest Garlic. But yeah, but it also helps the fact that backwards compatible Xbox games aren't limited like PlayStation, right? Because PlayStation will downclock the CPU and GPU to make sure that it's running an emulated version of the PS4.
Right, so it can't run better than the way Xbox runs it.
No, it can't run better because it's designed to run at the same standards as the original hardware. That's why the PS4 has a lower clock rate mode, because it's designed to downclock its GPU, CPU, and RAM to make it so that...
Monday, I'll take it.
Yeah, I meant to say acronym. Sorry, acronym. Sorry.
See, so if you said acronym, then I would have understood what you meant.
Yeah.
You see?
My brain. Sorry, the brick wall.
Sony openly said AMD can use Pisser if needed. Of course, because clearly they don't know what they're doing with it. I assume FSR4 is on the chip, while FSR 3 was driver based, hence why old NVIDIA cards could use it. Yes, NVIDIA FSR 3 is software, whereas 4 is AI based. It's on the chip. But what they were saying was they can use, and this is what they were talking about before FSR 4 came out, they could use the learnings and the data that's extrapolated from FSR 4 and integrate that into FSR 3 to provide better information for the software to render. Now, obviously, it will never be as good as FSR 4, but it could potentially improve your FSR 3 performance by like 15, 20, 30%, which is still a welcome upgrade, right? You know what, Gorsty? No one believes you, and you have no proof.
What do you mean?
Trying to say that he could fly you to America for cheaper than a 4090. I don't believe it. There's no proof. Get out of it. Should it say acronym? Or...
Yeah.
Everything, Gorsty. Everything. Your white van isn't going to drive to New York.
Paul says Chaos wants to go to America to kiss DC. No. I don't even want to say the sentence.
No.
I feel dirty. I felt dirty reading it.
But Xbox new hardware. We've seen reports now that potentially that, you know, the next COD, well, not the one that's coming in 25, but the 26 COD is being developed alongside the 25th one, but on the next gen hardware. And it is supposed to support the current gen, but not the previous gen as we have now. So they are officially dropping Xbox One, and the PS4 is officially being dropped as of 2026 for Call of Duty. But the Series X, the Series S and X will be supported.
That's understandable.
For COD, I get it. I'm hoping that the later games won't do that and they will actually provide us with true next-gen experiences.
I don't think they will.
And if they are going to support the old gen, make it a different SKU. Don't make the next-gen ones limited by what the old... I know they won't, and that's the problem. Then you really have no reason to upgrade. That's the problem.
But we'll go back to your Hourglass video, you know, where you talk about the fact that the console market hasn't really grown and how it's basically the same amount of people buying the consoles over and over again. There's not been any real growth in the market, and I think that's the issue, because they can't really drop Series X and Series S with the next console, because then the multiplayer experience is going to be worse because there's going to be less people in the player pool.
But if you kind of don't give them the experience, then they're going to kind of have to upgrade if they want to play those next games.
But they won't.
But they will.
You say that, but look at how many people enjoy... I don't think they would.
Look how many people upgraded from the PS3... Was it a PS3? To the Xbox, to the PS4, or from the 360 to the Xbox One, just so they could continue playing Destiny.
Yeah.
Destiny was their main game, and because they cut support for the older generation, they said, right, time to upgrade.
But that was before we started getting consoles that do it. Like, that we can't really call back to that, because that was the standard back then. It wasn't the standard to really support two consoles for a long time. You either upgraded or you didn't. But
that's not the standard now. It's only been one generation. You can't make a standard from one generation.
For the younger generation, it is. For us, yeah. But for those that have grown up with the PS4 and PS5, which has been over a decade now.
The PS4, yeah, PS5. That's what I said. It's been one generation.
PS5 is 5 years.
We haven't.
I feel like
you can't start a trend for one generation.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think people would. I feel like
let's ask the chat. I'm not sure how many is in the chat. I don't have a count on, but there should be at least 30, 40, maybe 50 people in chat. So here's my question. If your game that you are playing regularly stopped working on your current console and they said, right, we're cutting support for the older generation console and we're making it supported for the next gen only, would you upgrade your console if your games started to do that?
You would? Of course, he said they would. By the way, are you saying that the game doesn't work at all?
It won't work. It won't. Well, you won't get any more updates. If it's a live service game, you're not going to get any more updates. Or if it's a new game, then it's just not going to release on that platform. So, for example, if you was a massive, I don't know, COD fan or I don't know, Apex fan or something like that. Obviously, Apex is going to work everywhere, but I'm just giving that as an example. Yeah. Or a Fortnite fan, they turn around and say, right, we're going to support that old 3210 Nokia phone, but we're not going to support the PS4 anymore. Or, right, you have to have a PS5 or an Xbox Series X and S in order to play it. Do you think that they're not going to upgrade? Devin's already dialing in to make sure he's got his consoles ready. He can't live without Fortnite.
Yeah. But, like, do you think they want to get rid of that 70 million people?
But they're not getting rid of them, are they? Because the majority of them will upgrade. Look at Xbox right now, right? They've sold 30 million consoles, yeah?
Well, yeah.
And they've got roughly about, give or take, another 30 odd on the Xbox One right now. But the people on the Xbox One do not need to upgrade in order to play the Series X games. They can either use xCloud and play the latest games.
Really screws over the current... By the way, talking about technology that screws over current technology, it's frustrating that Xbox has to have such small discs because they aren't allowed to mandate bigger discs. Even though the Series X can run 100 gigabyte discs, Microsoft denies 100 gigabyte discs because they have to be on the same disk as the Xbox One, which was only 50 gig.
Do I need to say more?
So, yeah.
But what I'm saying
Anyone wants to know why you have bigger patches on Xbox or why some games come on multiple discs, that's why.
I wouldn't say 100% would upgrade, but I'd say about 70% would upgrade. I would say easily 70-75% would upgrade. And that 25% at some point will upgrade.
It definitely won't be the first few years, though. You wouldn't want to do it in the
I
first
think
few
you'll be
years.
surprised at how many people will want to upgrade. I think you'll be surprised.
I don't know. It would have to be a really hit game. Like, even Call of Duty, I feel like, doesn't bring in the... Like, if we were talking
Call
Fortnite,
of Duty brings in big numbers.
Yeah. But if we're talking Fortnite, if we're talking Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone, like, I don't know. Yeah, I would go with, like, as Woodpit said, about 70%.
Which is what I said!
Yeah. At best.
70% seems to be a reasonable assumption, with the other 30% waiting a couple of years before they upgrade because they want to play their games. Obviously, price is going to come into this as well. I can't say
much. We all know that I bought a PS4 because Final Fantasy 14. We all know I bought a PS5 because Final Fantasy 14, so I can't say much on this. But yeah, as Susano said, the cloud is also another reason why people might not need to upgrade.
But this is what I said. The actual, the actual Xbox One can play Microsoft Flight Simulator, the latest one, through xCloud, and it works. So when you've got, all the first-party games working on there, and now they're allowing you to buy games so you can play on the cloud as well, this is why the Series S and X isn't selling. Because there's no reason to upgrade from the previous generation. You can have an Xbox One or a One X. Hell, if you've got a browser in your One X, you can access all sorts of cloud gaming on there. Right? So they've actually, from what they've done, they've actually kind of hindered people from making the jump to the next generation. And what they hoped was that people would sign up to Game Pass even more to be able to play cloud gaming. For some, it's worked out. For the others, games are still being made for Xbox One and PS4.
Byron says they got an Xbox Series for Final Fantasy 14. Nice. Hope you're enjoying it. Can't wait for remake and rebirth. I know there's everyone's saying it's coming out on the Series S and X, but I'm still calling next gen for 7. That's just me. I'm not saying it's not coming to Xbox. I do feel like it's going to come to Xbox, but I still feel like it's going to be next gen. That's just me.
I mean, would it?
I mean, I'm going to have to say yes because I've done that for 14. So, even though I contradicted my statement.
So 3 people in my workplace play Xbox games off their TV. My brother, who's never really been an Xbox fan, he's always been a PlayStation guy. He's playing it off his TV because it's good enough for him. Doesn't need to pay $500 for a console. So yeah, people are doing it. Obviously, 4 people isn't a big thing, but what I'm saying is people are doing it. Oreo is saying, someone please open the door. I think they opened the door because it's no longer meowing. But anyway, we got sidetracked. Getting back on to the actual question and the topic of the Xbox Next. What do you think it's going to look like, and how do you think Microsoft can push it to sell? What, without exclusives, what do they have to do
sell
in order to make it
I
fun?
would love to see some nostalgia. Like, it's been a while since the 360 and the original Xbox, so it'd be cool to redesign it based on those for some the nostalgia reasons. That's just me. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I don't. It's hard for me to say. I don't know. I like weird designs. Like, I like the PS5 design. It looks like Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, I like the Series X design. The only design I don't think I liked was the X-Bone. I thought that was kind of boring.
Look at that pony in chat. Look at that Devo
It looked
pony
like a
in chat.
VHS player. Sorry, it did.
We did, why so serious? We did. It's crazy.
Yeah. I defended it, kind of.
He did. He did, and I couldn't believe it.
You couldn't believe the pony defended the pony decision. Yeah, okay. Yeah. They should do it. They should do a 720. Yeah, call it the Xbox 720. Oh.
Man, that was such a missed opportunity. I've committed you for
They
something.
have the reason for all the names, right? I've forgotten what they were called them, but they have had a reason for all of them, right?
I mean, the main reason why they went with the weird thing is so... at the time, you had the OG Xbox. You had PlayStation 2. And then you had PlayStation 3, and they didn't want to call it Xbox 2 because 2 was less than 3, and it made them look inferior. They felt inferior. So that's why they went with the Xbox 360. And then they went with their weird naming conventions because they didn't want to look inferior to the numbering of PlayStation. That's the official reasoning.
Man, we could have got the Xbox 420 versus the PS4.
I mean, the series naming convention was dumb. Yeah, there's no defending that.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, Chille, I've actually signed you up for something.
Oh, what? Oh, God. What have you signed me up for?
If 10 people do £2 super chats, you need to say Xbox is the best. We're at 2 out of 10.
Why'd I have to...
Look, I've put you up to it.
say that?
It's too late now.
I didn't agree to any of this.
You did technically agree to it.
By what? By being here.
But through Jedi mind tricks, you agreed. I went, you will say this, and this is what happened. Don't worry, there is a timer. You still have time to not get caught.
Okay. I like how Tasman's just going to fund all of it. Don't worry, by the way, I will say it if I have to,
Tasman
because
£1.99 through Super
I-
Chat.
yeah,
Do you think a Series
it's
S
been
model
great
would...
everyone being on the show, but this I'm gonna have to announce it's my last.
Devin Brooking tipped $2 through Super Chat. The Pama Lounge made me into the man I am today.
It probably would, Brick. The Series S is really small.
Tasman tipped
It's
$1.99
really small.
through Super Chat. 3.
I mean, when I look at how small,
It's a perfect cloud machine though.
it will be a perfect cloud
For the
machine, yeah,
future.
for the future, yeah.
Yeah.
But when I look at how small it actually is, it's crazy at how small it actually is. It's insane. Like the fact that they got so much into that box, the way that they did, is just mind blowing. You're in trouble now? You're hiding. Someone got caught. But that's number 4 out of 10. So for me, I think the next Xbox is going to be a kind of mid-spec PC. That's what I think it's going to be, personally. It's going to have the Xbox OS built into it to allow you to play backwards compatibility. And if they're smart with the way that that recompiler works, where they allow you to... Because right now they've got someone's created a recompiler that if you've got the original 360 disc, it basically rips your 360 disc and turns it into a
but you
PC
have to
executable.
still do a lot of work on it.
Yeah, I know, but
From
they
what
could
I've heard.
easily do that through, Microsoft are smart enough to be able to do that through a script where you put your disc into the console
Tasman tipped
and it does it all for you and reinstalls it. So they
I wonder
could,
if that's what the AI system. Remember, Microsoft talked about using AI to enhance older games. I wonder if this was one of the reasons.
I mean, it's potentially, yeah.
Because you could use the script to recompile the video game, and then the AI just touches everything up.
Yeah, and then just kind of makes it a PC executable for native install, and that's it. Off you go.
Yeah.
It's highly possible. But I think the next Xbox is going to be some form of mid-spec PC hybrid that will basically allow you to run whatever you want. I don't see... I know Jets Corden is saying that the next Xbox is going to be a dedicated console. I don't see it. I just don't. At this point, with the direction that they're going in, I don't see that the next Xbox console will be dedicated. I mean, let's do a poll, seeing as this one... Let's end this one. What did 88%
11%.
said they would
Yes.
upgrade. 11% said no, they would not. So it's a lot higher than I said. Will the next Xbox be a dedicated console?
RAM needs about. See, I don't think we'll get 32 gig of RAM in the next Xbox. We're probably going to get
No, we will.
18.
No, we will. RAM is dirt cheap now.
I doubt it.
I mean,
I think it's going to be between 18 gig.
no, there's just no reason to not have 32 at this point.
I don't think we'll get. We'll see. Oh, it's balanced. Oh, yes is win. Yes keeps winning and no balancing it out.
Gorsty, that 1% decided that it never wanted to be seen again.
And also, YouTube doesn't balance things properly, from what I've heard. There's always like a couple of % off for some reason.
And I mean, what was it? I think, let me see if I can find it. So I think, who was it that sent it to me? They sent me a video of a tablet.
It's the United fans.
Let's see if this
Man, I still remember when. Yeah.
Chaos been talking to Chille, looked down at his box. What?
What? That's a sentence.
I don't know.
Those are words put together in a sentence. I don't know what the sentence means. I know what the individual words mean. But I'm confused by that, Devin. I'm sorry.
So here it is, right?
2-in-1 Windows gaming tablet can really run a
That's a
title like Monster Hunter.
Windows tablet, right?
Yeah, I saw there's a laptop with 128 gig of RAM.
It's got an AMD Ryzen AI Max Plus 395. And
It's running it on ultra settings.
So we're currently running this on ultra settings, and cutscenes
Man.
are one thing, but obviously smooth gameplay is going to be most important. So as you can see here, just running through the world, we're picking up about 60 to 65 frames per second.
That's crazy, right?
That's insane.
It's a tablet!
Situations, we're looking at about 50 to 60 frames per second.
And that's-
which, again, considering this is a tablet on ultra settings, is pretty good. And as a test, I ran it again on medium, and we picked up just under 100 FPS. Considering this thing,
Yeah, even medium's insane for a tablet.
About the performance, but
Right? That's insane for a tablet.
Only £2,700.
Yeah, but that's
is.
it's 2,000 with the keyboard. But that's a
Okay.
that's a tablet, right? You're talking like super small, thin. That's crazy. So we're at 5 out of 10.
Tasman can't buy more. It's locked him out.
We're at 5 out of 10. We need 5 more to get Chille to say those magical words you've always wanted a pony to say. You can make it happen.
By the way, thank you to everyone that's keep voting yes and no. You're my favorites. It's still 50-50.
Oh, I see. He's saying I'm looking down because I'm stacked, so it's like I'm talking down to you.
Okay.
Chille.
Have I played Dead by Daylight? Not since it became whatever the hell it is nowadays.
It's fun.
I got it when it was originally came out for free, because it came out for free at launch on PlayStation. But
it's free on Game Pass.
It's definitely it's free to play everywhere now, right?
I don't know. I think it's still paid.
But anyway, it's a lot different than it used to be. But I tried it once, but they've got it's got a skill tree system and stuff now, right?
Not really. Does it?
There's the blood tree stuff, right?
Yeah, it's not really a skill tree. Next, you're going to start saying it's an RPG.
I mean, one would say you're playing a role in a game.
Let's not go there. No. No.
Bloodweb hasn't always been in it, Leaf. I don't remember Bloodweb when it first came out.
No. Just like Horizon isn't an RPG, that is not an RPG.
Horizon's an RPG. When is Horizon not an RPG?
It is not an RPG.
It's an action RPG.
It's just an action game.
No, it is an action RPG.
No.
It is.
No.
We
can do this all day.
Action RPG.
It's not.
It is. Do you have a character that levels up and has a storyline?
Wait, so are you telling me that Gran Turismo is an RPG?
I mean, in some aspects, yes.
No. Let's not distort the original, definition of an RPG.
What would you consider an RPG?
Witcher, Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest.
What do all those have in common?
Really big swords.
Well, Horizon also has a big sword.
No, it doesn't.
What else do you consider RPG? Come on.
Magic. You're running out of... What are you waiting?
No, but I will give you that. Magic is a part of... That was... Yeah.
No. Horizon is not an RPG. It's a good action. It's a good adventure game. Well, the first one was a good adventure game. The second one was just poor. But it's not an RPG.
No, it is an RPG. It is an
Shinzo,
RPG.
I am an RPG. I am playing the role of me. And I can throw magic. I'm drinking my potion right now.
No, I would consider it an RPG.
What's Elden Ring? A sadist's and masochist's answer to everything.
But so many games that use RPG elements nowadays compared to what used to be.
See, I can agree with that. It's an action adventure with RPG elements. That I can agree with. But it is not an out-and-out RPG.
But like, at least you're not saying that. At least when you say RPG, you didn't say it had to be turn-based, because that frustrates me. That it has to be turn-based to be considered an RPG.
No,
I've heard people say that. In which case, Skyrim isn't an RPG.
yeah,
I would.
I can agree with the whole with RPG elements. Sure, a lot of games have RPG elements, but they don't fit the trope of a full RPG.
Yeah.
Like if I turned around and told you, is Grandia an RPG?
Can you turn Chille into an Xbox?
Well, if we get 5 more $2 super chats, he will have to say that he loves an Xbox is the best.
I'm gonna say, I don't have to say love.
I'm gonna say I love.
That'll be for Valentine's Day. You're gonna have to do that for Valentine's Day.
And there's
next week.
14 minutes to go. So in 14 minutes,
Okay.
I only gave half an hour.
Oh,
Look, the guy's sweating bullets.
I am. You're not.
He doesn't want to say it, and you can make him say it.
Because I know some of your streams get clipped.
Hey, Shinzo, thank you for the Member Plus support. You'll be getting content earlier than anyone else.
I wish that would count. That should count, in my opinion. That should have. I know it's a different system, but that should count towards the. I'm going to count that as 6 out of 10. No, how much is super chat?
See, now he's looking for reasons to actually saying it, so we just need 4 more.
No, because I don't feel like that's fair. Like that, so you're at 7 out of 10. You're at 7 out of 10.
Pony needs a salt dick to cool down.
Look, I think that should count. I'm sorry. I think that's kind of unfair that it doesn't count. So,
Pete, I've heard that is really, really a good game.
10.
Chille loves Xbox.
Now it's 8 out of 10.
Chille loves Xbox.
Because I'm gonna count it. I know it doesn't count, but I feel like because you paid the money, it should count towards it. That's fair, Chaos, right?
Yeah, as long as I get you to say it, I don't care. But yeah, no, I've heard Split Fiction is really, really good. I'm gonna pick it up and see if I can play with my kid.
Nice. See, I live on my own, so that's why those games don't really interest me that much.
I can game with you after we hit that 10. Because at that point, I will know that you truly love Xbox, and we can actually start gaming together.
I like. It doesn't say love. I don't have to say the word love.
No. The whole thing was that Chille says, I love Xbox and Xbox is the best.
That says Xbox is the best. There is no love in that sentence.
We've
I've just said it, technically.
We've just integrated it in because you've changed the rules with the whole 1 month thing.
No, the gift subs from earlier don't count because they want the poll. I didn't even know this was a thing until now. That's 9. There we go. That's 10, right?
All right. So now you have to say, I love Xbox.
Even though I technically just said it.
You have to say
no.
I need to. I'm gonna be no. You've changed the rules, so we're gonna manipulate it a little bit. You now have to say
I changed the rules to make it better for you.
And I'm making this a whole enlightenment moment for yourself. You are going to build. You are going to feel reborn when you say this.
No.
You're gonna say, "I love Xbox.
No.
Xbox is the best."
Devin Brooking tipped
Over to you.
Through Super Chat. Do the gift subs from earlier count?
I love that Xbox exists.
No. That doesn't count. You got to do it properly. Praise filter. Oh shit.
I mean, I don't mind doing that. He's bringing the games over to PlayStation.
I love Xbox. PlayStation. I love Xbox. Xbox is the best. It's a really simple sentence. Go for it.
You know what? I'm only doing this because I love this community, okay? So, and before I say this, I just want to say thank you to everyone that supported everyone and doing this for fun. So, I love Xbox. Say it with your chest. Okay, fine. Fine. I love Xbox. Xbox is the best.
There you go. Someone clipped that. Pretty much send it to NASA to send it to satellites.
Say IT with your chest.
There you go.
We got him to say it. That's it. He can never take that back now, chat. He can never, ever take that back.
And thank you, Phil, for bringing the games over to PlayStation.
And then now, don't sour the moment.
No, they said to thank Phil, so I'm thanking Phil. They didn't say anything else.
So all you say is thank you, Phil, and that's it. You don't need to add that extra little bit at the end to sour the.
Of course you did.
Thank you everyone for the super chats. That was fun. Fun.
Thank you for the support, everyone.
But yeah, I think it's going to be a hybrid.
1 second. Yes, I love Xbox. There you go. That's Skeletor also enjoying Xbox.
You see, chat? Oh, crap. What the hell happened there? I haven't seen that in a long time. But yeah, we... Cashew He-Man! Anyway, I'm going to shut up. We finally got him to say it. Now we just need to get him a Series S or something so he can finally experience true gaming. I don't remember what the question was.
Well, it's been fun being on this show every week, but... It's been a fun few weeks.
Rip Pony. So, 65% believe that the next Xbox will not be a dedicated console. Yeah. What do you think, Chille?
I'm actually shocked that's... Well, I'm not shocked at all after everything, but yeah. I thought yes would be a little bit higher, not going to lie.
I'm not expecting it to be dedicated at all.
I mean, they can't be, right? If they want to keep what they're doing, then I don't think the way Phil has pushed everything that they want it to be.
No, it doesn't make sense at that point.
No.
You know, at this point, hey, Make It Simple, how's it going? At this point, it just doesn't make sense for it to be a dedicated console. I know Jez was saying it was going to be, but it just can't be. Now, obviously, what does this mean for Microsoft in the long term, especially with their stores, is going to be interesting, because I guess they're going to just settle with the 70% and be happy with that instead of the 100%.
Well, anyway, I'm going to be right back now, I guess.
Yeah,
I
he
need
has,
to
he has,
wash
he,
my mouth.
yeah, he has to go bleach his mouth and stuff. Don't use bleach. You should say it together like some fusion from Dragon Ball. Oh, that was fun. Did you guys hear about the bug in Xbox consoles with the pre-alpha, or is it the alpha step-in update? And how everyone is running rampant. And even the idiot Red Dragon fell for it. It takes a special kind of stupid to fall for this, but it's clear that he didn't read the article at all. So, as some of you know, the Xbox has different levels of firmware upgrades where you can get them pretty much in their early alpha stages, all the way down to Delta, which is pretty much the final update before it goes to public. So I signed myself up to the Delta one, so I get them just a tad earlier than public. But some people, those that put themselves into the alpha, get all of the early stuff, like all the cloud stuff and everything. They get it right at the beginning. And so what's actually happened with that is that those that got the alpha step up update actually had their consoles reset to factory. And look at this dickhead over here. And I'll call him a complete dickhead because he is exactly what I said he is. He's thinking that it's actually happening mainstream to everyone. Absolute fucking loser. Oh. Yeah, me neither, Susanna. I just get the early upgrade and I'm happy, and that's it. But if you're in the early alpha, you kind of sign up for this. This is like pre-alpha stuff. Things are going to be dodgy. But guy literally doesn't even know what it actually is that he's talking about. PlayStation haters get baited so easily. I mean, I'm surprised he's still around. He's the guy that was cheering rentals, right?
I think so.
He's the guy that was cheering rentals like there was no tomorrow, saying that they were the best thing in gaming. There's videos of him actually saying that while he's in his truck or his car driving in Texas. And now he's like, oh, I'm a PlayStation fan. Now I can't say that anymore. Oh no, what am I going to do? But falling for that headline is ridiculously stupid. Oh, let's hear this out. Also, what spec do you think the next Xbox is going to be? Do you think it's still going to have an APU or a dedicated graphics card? And if it has a dedicated graphics card, God, that price is going to be expensive. So I'm guessing it's going to have an APU, but do you think it's going to... What spec do you think it's going to be? I think 32 gig is going to be the standard for RAM.
I think it's going to be more 24 gig. I'm not going to lie. It should be 32, but I think it's going to be 24.
Maybe 24 gigs of VRAM and then 32 gigs of actual memory? Maybe. No, I'm kidding. It's not going to have that.
Like, consoles always have one pool of RAM. They never had two. Well, they've had two, but not like
Yeah, no, but this isn't going to be a
How-
console anymore. This is going to be a mini PC.
fair.
This is just going to be a box that's branded with an Xbox and is a PC. It's going to have the capability to run your Xbox games on there, and then give you access to the other stores to go and buy what you want. I don't see how this benefits Microsoft in any way, shape, or form, because they'll lose money. But, you know, say it again.
Leaf has put in general chat
Put what?
the clip. Let me do a sad face. Here you go. But yeah, no, we'll see. I'm excited. I want to see what Microsoft does with next gen.
It's going to be interesting because I think there's just no other way around it. But I just don't understand how that's going to benefit Microsoft. I mean, ultimately, none of that matters to me as a consumer because I'm not a shareholder and I don't care. But obviously, I'm still an Xbox fan and I want the Xbox, console to continue. And that evolves eventually, essentially around money. But if they're just making a mini branded PC with the Xbox OS, it's gonna be it's definitely going to be something, right?
Yeah, at that point, are you supporting the console brand or are you just buying a PC at that point?
It's a valid question. Whoever asked that question. But it's a valid question.
Right, talking about people logging in to play stuff. Sappho's brought up that logged into PC for that Steam thing was so stupid.
The what?
That Steam thing. I think you responded to it as well. I didn't respond, but just because I thought it was so dumb.
Oh, the 40 million thing?
Yeah.
That was so dumb.
They're like, look, there's more people on Steam than there is all Xbox. I'm like, but that's just people with Steam open. They're not playing anything.
No, but
like
not
1
even
million
that.
people.
Not even that, right? So not only is the 40 million just fake, right? Because it's not people playing. 12 million
No,
are
it's just
actually
the count.
playing. 12 million are actually playing, right?
Yeah.
But how many of that 12 million are from the last 4 years? Because that's how long the Xbox Series X has been around for. So that's what you want to gauge it by. So
And even by the account thing, the Steam has existed for what, 13, 14 years?
I get that, but we're just looking at it from 2020 to now.
Yeah.
2020 November to now. It's not even been out for 5 years, right? So you need to gauge how many of those members that have been playing from that date. How much has it increased by from that date? We've already gone from 40 million to 12 million, and I suspect it's probably going to be something like 2-3 million. Right? Maybe 4 million max. You're comparing 4 million to 30 plus million. It's the dumbest comparison I've ever seen in my life. And the worst part is, it was an Xbox guy that made that comparison. Trying to get some brownie points on his clicks. Infinite says, real talk, would you still thumbs up anyone interested in buying a Series X anymore this gen? Yes.
Yes.
The reason why I would is, primarily because of Game Pass. Right?
Not just that, but look at the fact that how long the last Xbox generation has lasted. So even if you buy a Series X now, there's a huge chance it's still going to get supported until 2030.
Yeah, but Game Pass is king.
Yeah.
That's what sells the console now. And if you don't care for Game Pass, then you're losing and your friends aren't on Xbox, then you are losing very little reason to own an Xbox. But Game Pass is the selling factor for Xbox now. And if, that's where it's at. So, buy a Series X or an S with a year's supply of Game Pass. That's a big W in my eyes. So I would definitely thumbs up. But I want to hear what this is about. John Fez, because he actually made a comment about loot boxes. I'm not sure if you've seen his comment about loot boxes. Chille?
Isn't it the guy that swore at the Game Awards?
Probably. But his comment about loot boxes was this. He said, I will never have monetization or loot boxes in my game. Ever. Yeah. Regardless of which publisher comes to me, it's never going to happen. And he said the reason for this is quite simple. The moment I start to monetize the game within the game, the creative ideas go out the window, the creative decisions go out the window, and everything now is a question of what can I do to monetize the game so the players can feel enticed to spend money. Whereas if you don't put microtransactions in a game, you can let creativity take over and create the game you want to. If you have monetization, that creative idea that actually is really cool might not work because it goes against the monetization policy. And therefore you can't use it.
I agree when it comes to single player titles, he's completely correct. But
he's talking about but he makes single player games.
Yeah, he makes single player titles. I agree completely with single player.
Yeah, I mean, live service games are different. This is just for single player games.
Yeah.
And so, basically, Devin, he's saying that the old school way is the right way. Because at that point, you create the game you want to create without the nagging in the back that you have to monetize everything. The old
ways as well, though. Like a lot of stuff, like back then, a lot of content would be cut from the game and then sold as sequels later on at full price. So.
Yeah, but some of that stuff they couldn't. I'm okay with that. I just don't want it. I just don't want microtransactions in a single player game. I don't think they're needed.
No, I don't think they're needed.
But what is he saying here?
I mean, we'll go back to the Final Fantasy 13 ending that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's dumb. You look got ripped off.
Yeah.
I want to see what he says. He responds to a comment from the woke community that has me crying. Let's see what he says.
Another feminism propaganda. So what the fuck is this? I guess that somebody are reacting that there are two women. Let me say this. In Brothers, there were two guys. In A Way Out, there were two guys. In It Takes Two, there were one guy, one woman. And now there are two girls and everybody's complaining. Come on, man. I mean, let's face it, man. And it's also like based on my daughters. I don't care what you have between your legs. That's totally not interesting to me. Good characters is what's important. Another feminism.
Oh, he cooked. He fucking cooked.
That is so good.
Does anyone have the full clip to this? I actually want to listen to what he has to say. He cooked. I don't care what you've got between your legs. Oh, shit. Oh, he cooked, man. That he cooked. That's actually a really good response. That just made me want to buy his game even more now. I like people like him who just don't give a crap and would just say what he has on his mind. That was good. I respect that. I
swear he was the one that came on and said, I hate EA. EA are the worst. And then the year after, it's like, well, I got a game coming out with EA.
But yeah.
Oh look, That's Steve's favorite game, Gears of War.
I know, right?
Enhanced by PS5 Pro.
Do you know what? There's a fine line. And you are treading.
You know it's just a sticker.
Hey, look, it wasn't just a sticker for Forza Horizon 5, was it?
No, it's still just a sticker. I will say that still. I know the internet says it otherwise, but I'm
You
not.
got ray tracing.
You already have ray tracing.
No, not on
photo
Forza.
mode.
Yeah, no, you get it free roaming.
But only with the Pro version, right?
Yeah.
So you're telling me the slightly more expensive hardware that came out after your hardware has a feature that your hardware doesn't?
I'm telling you that the Series X has not been
Does
fully
it have ray tracing on PC?
hasn't been fully utilized to its max potential.
No, it hasn't. You're right. I agree
Nowhere
on that.
near. I think it's probably at about 60% utilized. The Series X still has a lot more juice in it. And if it was being, if they were developing solely for the Series X console, the games would be running a lot better.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. The Series S, as much as it's a good, I can't call it a bad console because a good console to get into the next gen. Well,
It's a really
current
nice
gen.
console. For the price, it's cracking.
Yeah, it's
There's
amazing.
nothing that
it
can
doesn't
actually...
mean it doesn't hold it back.
I mean, even PC to a certain extent holds it back, right? Because they have to develop for
Yeah.
other SKUs.
Yeah.
You've probably got like
I
5-6 SKUs on PC.
Thank you so much. I tell people that so much. Like, yes, PC will push the graphics more because you have better graphics. But with PC, you've got so many different types of people that don't have current gen hardware that will want to play the game still. So they have to balance it based on that as well.
Yeah, you've got like 5 different
It's
SKUs.
not. Yeah.
Trust me, dude, when
So,
I was at
thank
Sega,
you.
when I was
Thank you,
working there,
Chaos.
we had like multiple different machines from low end to high end that we had to test those PC games on back then just to make sure that they were running.
Yeah.
And, you know, they'd make fixes on one and break it on another. And generally, PC was the biggest issue with getting it to balance properly. So
Thank you.
you're technically
I've
building
been
like
telling
5
people that
versions
for
of the game.
years. Like everyone's like with Final Fantasy 14, I had so many people complain about console limits, but I'm like, have you ever looked at yeah, they've updated it now, but if you ever looked at the minimum requirements for 14 back in the day, it was so low.
Yeah.
Like, that was the limiting factor. It wasn't console; it was the fact that they had to run it on a potato on PC.
Yeah, I think they've hit the limitation with certain things, especially with the PS5. I think the base PS5 definitely has hit some form of limitation with some of its games. Like when you see stuff like Wukong and other games. I mean, Wukong's probably a bad example, but when you see the games that are running, you can see that it is, you know, the underclocked CPU on the base PS5 it has hit its peak point. And the fact that it cannot run at full speed in its overclocked mode for long durations. The Series X and the Series S can actually run in its overclocked state continuously, pretty much indefinitely. The cooling is there to keep it cool. The PS5, base PS5, cannot do that. That's why when you look at games, and Spider-Man's a perfect example of this, you'll have a really high chase, high octane scene, and then as soon as that's over, you have a very mundane period. And that's deliberately done with like a long cutscene or something like that in order for the CPU to cool down, in order for it to underclock and quickly get back into where it needs to get to. That's part of the reason why it does that. It just can't do it. Whereas the PS5 Pro comes along and it basically fixes that problem. The liquid metal cooling just wasn't enough to cool it.
Good night, Paul.
Good night, Paul. But The PS5 has I think the PS5 has hit its limit. The Series S has hit its limit, I think, but the Series X I think still has ample of room where it can push. I think the Series X just has that capability, and it's a shame that it's not going to be properly utilized before the next Xbox comes along, or maybe when the next Xbox comes along, they'll be able to push it a little bit more with the cross-gen games to make it more compatible. Give you better quality overall.
You say that, but I also don't. I don't know. Launch games look kind of worse at launch anyway, so I'm worried that if they push the Series X too hard, they might worry that the people might not jump onto next gen because they realize that the current gen can look much better.
I just don't think they care about that anymore. If they cared about that, they would have done something about it with this generation.
Final Fantasy 16 was causing PS5 to overheat. I didn't have that issue.
Ventura, what game are you talking about?
Sapphire said the 16 cores overheats with the PS5. Demon Souls still looks really good. The PS5 remake of Demon Souls was insane. They did an amazing job.
But it's a very slow game. There's lots of nothing happening. Right? There's lots of nothing happening. So when it needs to kick into gear, it looks... This isn't a knock on the game. I'm just explaining how the CPU is being utilized. You get a bunch of nothing happening, and then really intense boss battle, and then a bunch of nothing happening. And that's how it is able to maintain. 16 was causing them to overheat because it was pushing it too much. It was just pushing it too hard, and that's the problem. If that was when that releases on the Series X, you won't have any issue like that because the Series X can handle the cooling. It may be a chunky boy, but it's chunky for a reason. Us chunky boys, we stick together.
I don't even think it's that chunky, really.
No, I actually really like the Series X design. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I actually love the simplicity of it. It's got none of this curvedness to it or anything. You can just put it wherever you want, and it just works.
Oh.
Look at Bags taking me out of context, not understanding what I'm saying.
Yeah, a lot of people do like the Series X over the PS5. I'm weird. I like the PS5 design more, but then I like consoles that look weird. So, like, give me stranger-looking consoles. But that's just me. But I also like the Series X design. Actually, out of all of them, I don't like the Series S design that much.
All right, here's one for you. Thinking back to the PS1, through to like the GameCube, N64, Saturn, all the way up to the current gen consoles, what would be your favorite looking console ranked from top 5, 1 to 5? 1 being the best, 5 being, your least, but obviously it's still ranking higher than everything else. Hey, Moonlight Ace.
As much as I love Sony, GameCube is number 1.
You know what? I was going to say the exact same thing. I love the GameCube design. That was such a cool little box.
GameCube is number 1. 360 is probably number 2.
360 design was very sexy. Yes, it was.
I like the curves. I like the design of it. I like the shape. I like it. It had some design, but it wasn't overly designed. Like,
it was designed with breathing in.
I like the fat PS3 at number 3. The fat PS3.
What, the George Foreman one?
Yeah. I said I like unique designs. That's why I like it. It's It was
You know,
different. That's
fun
why-
fact.
like, that's for me.
Fun fact. I remember when I was at Sega and the PS3. We had the dev kits in the office, but they actually brought the console in for the first time when we got it, so we could actually test on the test kits. And everyone does a big buzz around the office, like what is it? You know, we want to see it and all this. And our QA manager at the time, he just goes, right, everyone gather around. I was like, what's going on? And he goes, just everyone, emergency meeting, gather around, because clearly none of you are going to get any work done. And then he brought the PS3 over, and I remember my friend Pete at the time. The first thing he looked at it and goes, "Supercomputer, that's it. That will be mine." The
We're not
first word
counting
he uttered was
handhelds, right?
"supercomputer." No, we're not counting
We're not counting
handhelds.
handhelds.
No.
Okay. So number 4 is probably the PS5. Trying to think what number 5 was.
So what was number 3?
That was a PS3.
Oh, right.
PS3 is number 3.
So I put the Series X there.
The PS5 is probably number 4. And I guess just for nostalgia for me, because it was my first console, but I'm just going to put the Mega Drive at number 5, just because again, that's a nostalgia pick. It was my first ever console, so it has a place in my heart for being the first. I also, I thought it was cool with the on and off flippy, and then you had the the headphone jack, and the original Mega Drive. Now, if I want to rate the worst designed consoles in the world, the
Go for
Super
it.
Slim. The PS3 Super Slim is the worst design.
Not the
And
PS2
the
Super Slim?
PS2 Super Slim is right behind it.
I've actually got this. The PS3 one is the one with the sliding top, right?
Yeah, but both of them just look really bad, in my opinion.
I've got that just underneath my TV right now.
Then, I know everyone's going to hate me for this, but if I'm rating the worst, number 3 is the original Xbox.
What do you mean? That was like the OG. That machine could kill you if it dropped on you.
Yeah.
How could you not like
don't
it?
need that
You
for
could
design.
you could literally pick that up and use it as a weapon of mass destruction. No one would come
that's
next
why
to
it
you.
doesn't- That's why it doesn't make a good design.
It's a perfect design. Not only is it a great console, but it's a perfect defensive weapon too.
The controller was too big.
It was designed for a Big Mac, like a proper burger. That's literally the design of it. It's like you were holding a burger.
I would need 2 extra hands to hold that controller with how small my hands are. And I'm trying to think of the last 2. There's not many consoles I dislike the look of. I mean, Mega Drive was one of my favorite, but then the Mega Drive with all the add-ons is the ugliest, but the funniest. Yeah, you know what I mean by the Mega Drive with all the add-ons, right?
Oh yeah.
You got your Mega Drive with your Sega CD, and then your 32X, and then just for the extra, we'll add Knuckles Chaotix and Sonic 3. Just so that you've got the biggest. Now that's a weapon. That's a weapon.
Sorry about
So
that.
chat, thank you for.
Microsoft support contacting me,
Ooh.
trying to find a solution to my controller woes.
Yeah, because it's not connecting properly, right?
It keeps desyncing, and they're giving me all this. I've ordered an adapter, and hoping that will actually resolve the issue.
Yeah, it could be that the wireless signals are just interfacing with,
Yeah, so I'm hoping the dedicated adapter will maybe fix it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't know why it's doing it. You don't care what electronics look like? I mean, if you're hiding them away, sure. But if you've got them out and about, you kind of want it to go with your aesthetic.
Actually, you know what? No, I think number 5 of my best looked actually is the Switch. I actually like the design of the Switch. I'm looking at it now. The Switch is good. And it paved the way for the Steam Deck and stuff like that. So yeah, I think number 5 is actually the Switch. Very simple, but I think it's a perfect design. Hence why the Switch 2 is basically the same design. What about controllers?
Controllers. My favorite controller
really
is the
is
Xbox One. The Xbox Series
Which
X
one?
one. Series. It just fits perfect in my hand, and I like the non-symmetrical analog sticks.
See, I like symmetrical sticks, so
I mean, I can use the symmetrical ones. I just prefer none. And that's why I prefer the Series controller over the other one. Also, I think the Series controller is just a tad smaller than like the 360 one, and I mean it's the same
That's
size
good.
as the Xbox One controller, but I just think it's better overall.
N64 controller.
No,
You know, N64 controller was okay for its time.
it was the most awkward thing to use. What do you mean?
No, that still goes to Xbox.
No,
The Duke was impossible to use.
you couldn't even hold the damn thing properly with the N64. You had to hold it in the middle, like you was holding a schlong. Just
Yeah, but you couldn't even reach. I have to like put the controller down and like stretch to reach the analog stick on the Xbox.
and how was you reaching the top right-hand corner buttons with the N64 controller, considering your fingers are so small?
With my knee. For anyone that wants the reference, by the way, I can fit. My thumbs will stretch to reach the analog sticks on the DualSense. That's the size of my hands.
I can't use haptic feedback anyway, Bags or Rumble, so it doesn't really matter for me.
Really?
Yeah, I've got RSI on both my hands.
Ah, wow.
Too much work. It started like about 4 or 5 years ago when I was working like really long hours for a prolonged period at work. And now all across my wrist, I mean, I've still got pains now, like all across from here all the way to my fingertips.
Oh, wow.
I've just got lots of pain. So I can't use any rumble or anything like that on controllers. If I put the rumble on now, it's only for like a very, very short burst.
Yeah.
And then I have to turn it off.
Yeah, Susanna, if you want an example, I'm holding a DualSense right now, and my finger can fit between the square and triangle.
Is that a form of euphemism for something else, or do you literally just mean square and triangle?
Square and triangle, like
Okay.
the 2 buttons.
Just checking.
No. Like, yeah. I can put my finger in the middle of the D-pad, and there's plenty of room to move around.
I think we need to start.
Not the D.
I think we need to get past the whole fingering. It just sounded so wrong.
I'm not trying to be lewd, though. I'm just trying to give reference. Man, look. You should hear me on Monster Hunter. My Monster Hunter phrasing is not good at all. Like, I'm surprised I haven't been banned on Twitch by some of the stuff I'm just randomly shouting out. Don't really...
Rejoice, people! It's been fixed.
Yay! Finally.
insiders testing. For those of you that didn't put your Xbox on and update the alpha and the alpha skip ahead Xbox insiders, the issue has now been resolved. It will no longer delete everything you have.
That's good.
Yeah, it was just a bug that, it's a crazy bug that went out. But that's the whole point of alpha, right? It's going to have bugs, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a nasty one, but
Oh.
I think that's been a great show. Hope everyone's
I've had a lot of fun.
Everyone's had a good time. Chille?
Yeah, sure. I got to say all the great sentences.
I know you actually said, and it's been clipped, that you love Xbox and that Xbox is the best.
Look, it's only because of you that I said it. So, like, I respect you enough that,
So Woodpit,
it's been fun.
with the Xbox program, you've got the alpha, beta, and delta programs, and they basically push the the new dashboard updates that you get depending on what cycle it's through. If you're in the delta program, you get it basically just before it goes live. That's the one step before live. I once experienced a bug where on Delta where you couldn't actually buy anything from the store. So my Xbox couldn't spend any money on microtransactions or anything for it was almost like a month. But if you are going into a beta program, there are going to be occasional hiccups. And if you go into an alpha program, which is basically the rawest form of the testing, then expect problems. And these are just, teething problems that happen. But I hope everyone has had a great time today. Thank you so much for the super chats. Chille, you've been a great sport. And you know what? If we do hit 10,000 subs, we'll look into getting you an Xbox. One that you can actually play your Final Fantasy 14 on. With a proper, great controller.
Isn't this a twist? Because originally I said I would pay to buy people an Xbox.
I know, but that was last year. That was last year. This is this year.
Yeah, that was last year. You know, if you reach 10,000, I'll buy an Xbox for myself.
I'll pay for half of it.
Okay, sounds fair.
That sounds fair, right, chat?
Subs. And there's no time limit as well. It's just whenever you reach it.
No, you gotta put a time limit to get people to actually sub.
Fine, you got...
Till next week. No, I'm just kidding.
9 months. Till the end of the year.
Do you want one, hero? But yeah, Chille.
You got until the end of the year.
Chille has been turned. He has been turned. We just need to get to that 10,000 subs. But Chille, please do plug yourself because let people know where they can find you, where they can find you on social media, where they can find you on your awesome YouTube channel that you've now, you're reaching that 150 subs.
Just got a sub, as we said that.
Moving over to 200 very soon, which is great. So hopefully, if there's anyone in chat that loves Dragon Ball or the other stuff,
Bleach content coming out in a couple of weeks.
Bleach content, definitely check him out. He's, doing some great work over there. But I'll leave the rest to you.
Yeah, if you like Dragon Ball content and anime content, and mainly Dragon Ball right now, but of course Bleach. I do plan to cover other anime games hopefully in the future, but for now it's just Dragon Ball. You can find me at Hollowfied Saiyan Gaming, and as we speak, I just hit 146 subscribers. So thank you to everyone that's come over to support the channel. I started this in October, so it's been a fun project. So thank you to everyone that's come over and support. I do hope to cover the new... I like the fact that when I put Hollowfied Saiyan Gaming, it popped up as this stream. So thank you, Tasman, for the shout out. So yeah, if you like Dragon Ball, I'm very close to 150 subscribers. So yeah, thank you everyone for the support. By the way, I'm also nearly at 60,000 views as well, which is crazy.
Very nice.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, folks.
You didn't need to say it that many times. Also, remember you can find me on Twitter on MTF.
It just helps people see it. Where can I find you on Twitter?
MG_Chille, where I tweet too much. I think I have like a bajillion tweets.
Good
That's
stuff.
probably the real number.
You'll know where you can find me over here on this channel. Discord description below. Twitter description below. Twitch if you're interested in seeing some cool waifus in the description below. That's it. Thanks so much, and I hope you've had a great time. I know I have. I'll see you next time. As always, remain legend, folks. Peace out. Taz put your Twitch Moogle Go Round radio as well.
Thanks, Taz.